an equation in a graph. Now, we have something solving linear simultaneous equations graphically. Means you definitely use the graph to solve simultaneous equation. When we were talking about algebraic equations, especially algebraic equations with two unknowns, we said we have three methods. The first one we said we solve those simultaneous equations by elimination method. And the second method, substitution method. And the third method we said it is graphical method. But we said that graphical method is learned in coordinate geometry. So we learned about substitution method and we learned about elimination method. Kwa tuliona kuna njia ngapi? Tatu. Substitution method, elimination method na graphical method. Sasa tuliangalia substitution method na tuliangalia elimination method. Sasa tunaangalia graphical methods. Now, solving linear simultaneous equation graphically. Example, solve graphically. You've been given two equations. First equation is x plus y is equal to 3. The second equation is 2x plus y is equal now to 4. This is the first equation and this is the second equation. You plot the graphs of the two equations on the same graph paper. So you start with the first equation. The first equation is the x plus y, which now is equal to 3. You write your equation in the form of y is equal now to mx plus what? Plus c. That is to say, this is y is equal now to negative x. Why negative? Because this x is taken to the other side and then it becomes negative. Then plus 3. Kwa unaitafuta thamani ya y, maana yake y upande huu, equation yako unaiandika katika utaratibu huu. Then x is taken to the other side and then becomes negative x. Then 3. That is now you have y is equal now to negative x plus 3. Now you like your table of values. Now you definitely x, you definitely have what? Y. So you write it. Now x you can even imagine. You definitely think about it. Just think about it, starting with negative 4. Then negative 3. Then negative 2. Then negative 1. Then 0. Then 1. Then 2. Then let us stop here 3. Then you got this one. We said in x we just make assumptions. We just assume. We just approximate. We just mention the numbers. But by considering the integers, you should have negative and positive, including 0. And negative are written to the left of your what? Table. And positive are written to the right of your table. And 0 at the middle. It is just like you are writing or drawing a number line. Now, after you have written that, y is obtained when you have substituted the value of x in every point. Example, if now from our equation now, we have, our equation is y is equal now to negative x, then plus 3. That is to say, is equal now to negative, in bracket is x plus what? Plus 3. If now x is equal to negative 4, means it is negative 4 times negative plus 3. Negative times negative 4 plus what? 3. Now is equal to what? 7. Now, if now x is negative 4, x is negative what? 4. Now y is positive 7. X is equal to negative 3. That is to say from y is equal now to negative x. Then plus 3. That is negative. Then x is equal now to negative what? 3 plus what? Plus 3. Now you have 3 positive plus what? 3. Which now is equal to what? 6. Now, if x is equal to negative 3, then y is equal to 6. Then what if x is equal to negative 2. Where there is x, you put negative what? Now you have negative in bracket negative 2 plus what? Plus 3. Negative times negative. Positive 2 plus what? 3 is equal now to what? 5. Now x is equal to negative 2. Y is equal now to 5. The problem that you always make, you only forget this negative. Then you think about this negative is not there. It is there. This is just like to say you have y is equal now to negative 1 in bracket x plus what? Plus 3. So this negative is out here. And now if now you talk about negative 2, you mean of x is equal to negative 2. Then negative outside, negative inside. Then you multiply them, you get the correct answer that you wanted. If now you definitely forget about this negative, you are definitely wrong. Absolutely wrong. Sasa mtu anasahau negative hii hapa. Hii hapa negative moja iko nje. Ndani kuna x. Na x na yenyewe na negative ngapi? Moja. Kwa hiyo itakuwa hivi. After you have filled 3 datas, now you know the order. Now 765 means the numbers in the y are decreasing by what? By 1. Now this is 7 minus 1, 6. 6 minus 1, 5. 5 minus 1, 4. 4 minus 1, 3. 3 minus 1, 2. 2 minus 1, 1. 1 minus 1, 0. Even if you would have written here, let's say you have what? 4 here. 1 minus 1, 0 minus 1, negative 1. And then here, negative 1 minus 1, negative 2. So this is what you would have written here. You can even prove. Let us prove. Is it true that if y is negative, if y is 5 is equal to negative 2, we can even prove. No problem. If now y is equal now to negative x, then plus what? 3. What if x is equal to 5? Means negative, then times 5, plus what? Plus 3. Then you have negative 5, plus what? Plus 3. Negative 5 positive 3, you have negative what? Negative 2. That is what you see it is here. Don't even keep on wasting your time thinking of filling everything you do. No. You only fill at least 3 datas. Then you can see either increasing by number or decreasing by number. So you definitely see and start filling. Now you are true about these points. Then you have table value of the first equation. Now then you should get the table value of the second equation. Now let us see the second equation. The second equation is the 2x plus y is equal now to 4. You write your equation in the form of y is equal to mx plus what? Plus c. Then this is y. Then this is 2x positive. It is taken to the other side and becomes negative 2x. Then plus what? Plus 4. You have already written your equation in the form of this one. It is from where? It is from here now you can obtain the y-intercept and x-intercept. It is from here now you can obtain the y-intercept and x-intercept. It is now from the graph you can obtain the x-intercept and the y-intercept. The table of value. Now you draw the table of value. Now, table of value, you have definitely here x, y. This it is. If now you have x and y, let us assume. Let us say with negative 4 here, then negative 3, then negative 2, then negative 1, then 0. Here it is what? 1, then it is 2, then it is 3, then it is 4, then it is 5. Let us stop here. Now from here, you have already assumed the number, the value of x. So we need the value of y. Because a coordinate point cannot be enough if there is no y. And you cannot locate the point if there is no y. So you need the value of y so as you can locate in the graph. So what if? Now, if x is equal to negative 4, from this equation, Now y is equal to what? Mathematically, y is equal now to negative 2. Then in bracket there is what? X plus what? This is 4. This is how I can illustrate. Means what? Now, y is equal to negative 2. In bracket there is x plus what? Plus 4. If now that is the case, where there is x, you substitute the value of x. Now that is, if the value of x is negative 4, now you have negative 2, bracket negative 4, then plus what? 4. Negative 2 times negative 4? Positive 8 plus what? 4. Now here it is, tell us. What if x is equal to negative 3? Now you have negative 2 in bracket, negative what? 3. Then plus what? 4. Negative 2 times negative 3. Positive what? 6 plus what? 4. Now here it is 10. What if x is equal to negative 2? Now negative 2 in bracket, x is equal to negative 2, then plus 4. Now negative 2 times negative 2, you have what? 4 plus what? 4. Now here it is 8. After you have filled 2 points, you definitely understand this number were decreasing. These numbers were decreasing by what? By 2. This was 12, then here 10, then here 8. Now 12 minus 2, 10. 10 minus 2, 8. 8 minus 2, 6. 6 minus 2, 4. 4 minus 2, 2. 2 minus 2, 0. Are you together? 0 minus 2, negative 2. 2 minus 2, negative what? 4. Now, negative 4 minus 2, negative what? 6. Simple now. You can even prove, let us prove here. What if the value of x is 4? Means negative 2 times 4 plus what? Plus 4. Negative times positive, you have negative 8. Plus what? Plus 4. Negative 8 positive 4. The answer is negative what? Negative 4. What if the value of x is 5? Means negative 2 in bracket 5. Then plus what? Plus 4. Then negative 2 times 5, you have negative what? 10. Then plus 4. Now you have negative 10, positive 4. Now that is negative what? Negative 6. Now you can see we have written here negative 4, here negative 6. So what is important is to understand how to start with the first point, the second point, and the third point. After you have known that point, no problem. Now we have got table values. Now the table value for the first equation is here. And the table value for the second equation is here. Now we need to locate our points on the graph paper. Now if now we may start with the first equation. The first point, now our graph is here. This is our graph. We have drawn our graph and it is very beautiful as you can see here. You understand? Now, after you have drawn on the graph, this is the y-axis and this is the x-axis. This is the x-axis and this is y-axis. Let us locate our points. From the first equation, we have these points. The first point is x is negative 4, y is 7. X is negative 4, y is 7. Now, x is negative 4 is right here. And y is 7. 7 is right here. Now, this is you move this way, then it is here, then 7. You move till you find number 7. On the same line, this is negative 4. Now, from negative 4 here, you move until you find positive 7. Positive 7 is here. Now, you draw your point here. This is my point. And the second point, x is negative 3 and y is 6. Negative 3 is right here. And y is 6. Now you keep on moving, looking for the the value of y is equal to 6. Now let us say this is 6. This is the point. And then you have x is negative 2, y is 5. Here. Negative 1. Negative what? X is negative 1, y is 4, right here. X is 0. I told you something. Along y-axis, x is equal to 0. And along x-axis, y is equal to 0. Now, x is equal to 0. Now, y is 3, right here. And then, x is 1, y is 2. x is 2, y is 1. Then x 3, y 0. Now x 3 along x-axis, y is 0. Now here it is. Then x is 4, y is negative 1. 4, negative 1, right here. Then 5, negative 2. Then it is all over. We don't, from the table of values, we don't have other points. Now we have located all the points that we've been given from the table of values. Then what next? We have to join using the ruler all of our points. This is how we join. Now let me join like this one, using the ruler, not using your bare hands. Now you join all your points. Now we always draw with an arrow. I told you why we draw with an arrow, because we show that this is it moving on. It has got no ends. After then you have written so, you label your graph. Labeling your graph, remember this was x plus y is equal now to what? To 3. This was an equation. Now this line is because of x plus y is equal to what? To 3. In the absence of this one, you cannot have this line. So you should have this line because of this equation. So you must label it. Then after you have filled the first table, you have located the points from the first table, from the first equation. Now you move to the second equation. The second equation, the table values are right here. X is equal to negative 4. Y is equal to 12. Negative 4 is right here. 12 is not there. Don't care about it. Don't bother. Then, what next is, x is equal to negative 3, y is equal to 10. Negative 3 is right here. 10 is here. Negative 2, 8. X is equal to negative 2, y is equal to 8. Right here. Then, x is equal to negative 1, y is equal to 6. Right here. Then, x is equal to 0. 0 means x0 along y, x is 0 along y-axis. Now, x is equal to 0, y is equal to 4. Right here. X is equal to 1, y is equal to 2. X is 1, y is equal to 2. Now, they share the point right here. And then, x is equal to 2, y is equal to 0. X is equal to 2, y is equal to 0. Right here. X is equal to 3, x is equal to 3, y is equal to negative 2. Right here. X is equal to 4, y is equal to negative 4. It is right here. X is equal to 5, y is equal to negative 6. X is equal to 5, y is equal to negative 6. Right here. Now, after you have located all the points, now join those points using a straight line. Using a ruler, a straight ruler. Now, we are joining our point now. Now, we have another line here. This is a line, you label it. This was because of 2x plus y is equal now to what? To 4. Now, this line here, it's because of 2x plus y is equal now to 4. And this line here is because of x plus y is equal now to what? To 3. How do we obtain the value of x and the value of y? Now, from the graph, the point of intersection of the two graphs gives the value of x and y. Means where the y and the x-axis they have intersected, they form the value of x and y. Now, from the graph now, you can see they share the point somewhere. The lines meet somewhere. The place where they have met, we call it a point of intersection. If now you go back to the point where they have met, you find from this point, the value of x along x, you draw dots, points following x. You find x is 1. X is what? 1. Comma. Then, if now you draw the dots, the dotted line from the points of intersection following the y-axis, you find here it is going this way. Here it is. You find there is number 2. Now in short, the lines, the graphs have intersected at the point of 1, 2. And that's why we say we find the value of x and y, the value of x and y, after we have seen the point of intersection. So in a short way, we say that the point of intersection gives the value of x and y. You conclude by saying from the graph, the point of intersection is 1, 2. This is the point of intersection. Now the point of intersection is 1, 2. That is to say now, the value of x is equal now to 1. And the value of y is equal now to 2. So this is how we solve it graphically. And the advantage of drawing this table and this table in this way, it is very important for you to understand. Advantage, you can even know the point of intersection from your table value. You find the point, here there is 1, 2. Also here, there is 1, 2. Now you can know the point of intersection after only you have drawn the table value. If now you have the correct table value, it is where now you can determine the point of intersection. But if you don't have the correct table value, you won't have the correct point of intersection from the table value. Kwa kuchora tu hapa table value, tayari najua kabisa kwamba kumbe hii hapa itakutana na huyu hapa. Kwa sababu hapa ni sawa na hapa. That is called the point of intersection. Now the value of y and x is obtained after you have seen the point of intersection of the two graphs. But if you fail to plot a well and precisely table value, you won't have the correct answer. I've been telling you, the correct answer comes from the correct solution. The reason to why you have that 1, 2 is the solution that you have done. If now you fail to understand, to get the correct solution, you won't have also the correct answer. And that's why in mathematics, physics and chemistry, we don't only care about the answer. We always care from the data, solution that you have made, the formula that you have made, everything. For every step that you have done, there is marks. Even if you do the correct solution, then you end up getting wrong answer. You should have somehow points. From the graph now, we can obtain what we call it y-intercept and x-intercept. Example, you want to know the y-intercept of this one. Y-intercept of y is equal to negative 2x plus 4 is obtained, we said, y-intercept is obtained when x is equal to 0. Now you can see, if now x is equal to 0 here, now y is equal to 4. Now y-intercept for this equation is 4. And that's why you can see here, the y-intercept for this is what? Is 4. Now this is called y-intercept, which now is equal to 4. But x-intercept is obtained here. This is the x-intercept. X-intercept is obtained when y is equal to 0. Now if now you put here 0, it's equal now to negative 2x plus 4. Now this is taken to the other side. Now you have 2x is equal now to 4. Divide by 2. Now x is equal to 2. And that's why the x-intercept for y toward x plus y is equal now to 2. You can see here. X-intercept is what? Is 2. The same apply to the second equation and whatever the case is. But what you have to remember, x-intercept is obtained when y is equal to 0. And y-intercept is obtained when x is equal to 0. So the next time you can even determine the y-intercept and x-intercept using the graph. You only find it from the graph. From the graph, y-intercept is equal to 4 and x-intercept is equal to 2. For the second equation, y-intercept is equal to 3 and x-intercept is equal to 3. That's all. So this is how we solve simultaneous equation graphically. Thank you very much for understanding.